Hey there, I'm Jason Andrews, CEO of Fund Money and Impact Savings, and our purpose is to create more happiness in the world by helping you eliminate financial stress. You know, when you aren't stressed about your money, you're a happier person. And when you're a happier person, you're more fun to be around and you influence others. And we believe that this ripple effect that you have on others can literally help to create more happy people. And when you have happy people, you have a happy planet. And in today's session, I'm going to be going through a couple of tips on how you can maintain a sense of happiness whilst you may not be feeling confident about the future. You know, I had a good friend of mine today ring me up and say, look, I'm enjoying your videos. Why don't you do a session on how I can actually maintain that happiness? Because I'm really feeling a bit down about tomorrow, about the future. Now, this is a massive topic and people spend their whole life dedicated towards answering this, and they become professors, write thousands of books about it. But today I'm just going to share with you a couple of little insights so you can get started towards that journey. Now, and so the first thing that you need to understand is that there really is no other place that you are physically than here in the now, right now. And some of you may know Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. He really emphasized this process about 15, 16 years ago when my wife and I first bought this book. It was a revelation. Everything else, apart from where you are right now, is just a construct of your mind. Like the past is just in the past and the future is the future. And it's just something, they are all just happening in your mind, and then it's not part of your physical reality. So the first thing you need to do is just really concentrate and have good, deep gratitude and focus on exactly where you are now and what you are doing right now, and really absorbing that moment and appreciating it. And then you can start having that feeling of success and happiness. And speaking of success, Earl Nightingale, and I put up a post earlier here where Earl Nightingale says that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And, you know, I actually think that if you turn that around, that if you replace the word success with happiness, it's actually true. You know, happiness is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, and research has shown this in the past. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can get that sense of progress towards a worthy ideal, and so you can start having that sense of happiness in the now. Before I do that, just a quick disclaimer that you should know that this is not financial advice. It's general information only, and all content is of a general nature and does not take into account your investment objectives, particular needs, or financial situation. The content should not be relied upon as the basis of an investment decision. You should seek independent advice from a professional advisor before making decisions regarding the content or any investment. Okay, so now, when I was a financial advisor servicing hundreds of clients across Australia, we would focus on trying to get people feeling happy by having that sense of a progressive realization towards a worthy ideal. And the way that we did that was because everybody's different, right? So what is a worthy ideal exactly? And how do they get that feeling of progress towards something? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be feeling steps towards saving the planet. You've got to actually know what it's important to you. So we had a process that we invested in heavily to try and understand that within our clients. And it really started off with getting to understand people's really true values. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that do this. So if you've never done this exercise, then just invest the time or money to go and speak to somebody to help them you understand what your true values are. So you probably have a good feeling about them, but once you get somebody to discuss it as a third party and start documenting it takes on a whole new meaning. So we would spend a lot of time getting to understand people's values. And then what we then did was we mapped those values towards a goal. So a financial goal, and understanding what the values were based on. So for example, if your values are that you really want to leave everything for your kids, then your financial goals are based around creating a great estate plan and inheritance for your kids. And conversely, if your goal values are, well, bugger the kids, we've done a lot for them, it's now time for them to go out and start on their own, then you're a part of the ski club. It's very rare that we had clients come to see us who were 100% part of the ski club, by the way. Most people want to do something for their kids. And in fact, I would say 99% of the clients that we had did not want their kids to go through financial stress. So that's just a nice little side note. So once you understand what your values are, then you can map your goals towards that. So then where does that sense of progress come into it? Well, effectively what happens is that every time that people used to come and see us, we would map their progress towards their goals, which were based on their values. And then that's how they got that sense of progress and then inherent happiness. So, but here's the thing. People would come to see us and still leave happy, even if they weren't making progress towards their financial goals. So why would that be? So people are not feeling, they're not actually getting towards where they want to be, but they had a meeting with somebody and they're still happy. So, and the reason is this, what I believe is two things. People had understanding and control. They understood where they came from and they had control because they knew their circumstances. So if they weren't on track towards their financial goals because of the market, or because they didn't do something, or because maybe we missed something, or there's administration errors, whatever it was, they understood their situation and they were able to map out a plan out of that understanding towards moving forward towards their goal. And this, in this essence, gave them that feeling of control. So that control and clarity so they can keep looking forward. So how does this go towards answering that big question my mate asked me about today? How do you maintain happiness when you're not sure about the future? Well, it's really about you getting that understanding of where you are and why you are where you are, and then and making some actions around that so you can feel in control. Now, do this in a gentle way, because if you're not feeling happy because you're not happy about your past, or because you're not happy about where you're going, then focus on the things that your successes, because everybody has got successes. And unfortunately, we just live in a culture where negativity sells, and that we focus on the negative, and that's what people glorify. You'll notice that in the conversations you have with your friends, a lot of it is negative. No one sits around talking about how lovely life is. In fact, they get belted down. So I'm going to encourage you to do the absolute opposite and focusing on the positive things that you've done in your life to be where you are today, because you would have done some amazing things without a doubt. So focus on that and understand how those have happened in your life, and then where you are now, why you are now. And then start mapping out just some little things so that you can start then getting that feeling of control. And once you have that feeling of control, then you can start feeling happy and not worrying about the future, because you're starting to take actions in the now and starting being happy in the now. So I hope that makes sense on such a massive, massive question. Now, if you would like to have any more information and ideas like that, then here's what you're going to do. You'll need to go to this website here called fundmoney.me and download this ebook that we've put together, which shows you just 5 essential strategies, which I've put together as a financial advisor servicing hundreds of clients around the world. It's a really, really simple book. You can download this for free into your inbox within the next 30 seconds and start reading this stuff. And and I'm going to be sharing this more information. There's other information on the other side once you've entered in your details. We'll send that to your email. So guys, make sure you know where you are, why you are where you are now. Embrace all the good that you've done, the successes that you've had in your life, no matter how small or how big. Just embrace everything that's positive about you are, because you're a wonderful human being, because you came here for a reason. It wasn't just to sit around and be depressed and stressed about the future. It's because you're here on a mission to make a difference, right? So that's why you're listening to me. So download that book, and I look forward to sharing more insights on the next live.